Good afternoon, everyone. Uh-oh, I just realized I forgot something. Oh, okay, I think we're ready. So how about you, if you're like me, you have all this leftover candy from Halloween. When we moved, I didn't realize that um, my kids ate the Reese's, that we didn't have anyone come to our door for Halloween at the new house. So what I thought I would do is come on and show you something I used to make years ago. It's a cornucopia um, that we're going to make a candy cornucopia. I'm just trying to get you guys up here on my phone so maybe I can actually see comments. So I'm in my new area. So I have a bazillion areas in my house. I have my studio, which I do a lot of my craft work, and then I have right this table that we just bought. Um, for the kitchen area where I do the cooking and my baking, and then like stuff like this. So let's see. So let's get started, I guess. So the things you're going to need is some. I like to use the um, snack size candy, as opposed to. I think I'm mirrored, but oh well. As opposed to the minis, but you can use the minis if you have them. And you want to use your favorite candies. If you don't have candy left over from Halloween, you can use your favorite candies. So we're going to make the cornucopia, and it's also a nice gift to give when you're going to someone's home for the holiday, and or just to have your own centerpiece. So let's see. Let's get this started here. So I actually got this at the flower shop that I work at. I used to have one, but I guess I got rid of it. So they're not that easy to find, but if you're local and you need one, let me know because I will help you get one. And so you need the cornucopia. You'll need, I got this block from the craft store, I got Hurricane Green. This I got from Dollar Store, the Dollar Tree, whatever it's called. So basically what we're going to do, grab my glue gun around here. Oh, here, glue gun. Here, let me just show you everything. So you need a glue gun, some skewers, or some floral picks. Either one will work. Some foliage, silk foliage, maybe some fruit or vegetables or something like that you want to add into it. Of course, the candy, some wire cutters, and then I use tape. But you can use hot glue if you want to glue the candy. I just prefer. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see. There we go. Sorry. All right. So this is going to be on YouTube. So if you're not getting the whole thing as I'm going through, you'll be able to see it. And of course, some blue. Oh my gosh, just these glue sticks. You would think. So actually, this is going to take a lot of glue. I need to get a bigger glue gun. I haven't crafted in a long time. I do miss it. And we have hurricane weather. Well, I think the hurricane is past us now. So I'm going to press this on, and you want to hold it there to make sure that it's drying up a little bit, because if not, the cornucopia is bent a little, so it may not stick. And you could put definitely more glue on there. For some reason, I have my little one that, so it should be sticking. Yeah. And you want to put it into the little pocket here. You don't want to, well, I guess you could shove it in if you wanted to. I haven't done it in a long time. You could shove it there a little bit, and if you didn't have a big enough piece. All right. I know what I forgot. Hold on. Thought I was prepared. The other thing you'll want is tissue or cello paper, cello wrap. I'm just going to use tissue paper that I bought from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, whatever. You will do that in people's ear. I'm going to set that aside and let that dry up a little. I am going to grab some white, oh my gosh, some red and some yellow. I think orange might be nice too, but there's no orange in there. So I guess the green, but we'll see. I'm going to put my candy aside too, so I have some room. Now you're going to take your tissue paper. I'd say maybe at least 4 sheets. Leave that aside. Hey, Lori. Hi, Terry. I see you guys hanging. This is a new setup for me for the camera, so I'm not going to be looking that much, because this is why I like to videotape before I do my classes, because when I'm involved in crafting, Terry will tell you, when I'm involved in crafting, I just focus on that. I think it relaxes me that much that I don't really pay attention to what's around. All right. So let's go ahead and kind of just fold it into thirds. And then we're just going to cut it into squares. And don't be talking about me because I can't. Okay. All right. Cut it all the way down. I can't believe I didn't eat one piece of the candy. I ate the apple pie, but I didn't eat the candy. I was a good girl. Okay. And now I'm going to fold it again into thirds and cut it that way. And basically, I'm just cutting on the little edge here that's folded. And I'm not in my studio, so I'm in the middle of the house here. So anything can happen. And because it's a hurricane day, everybody's home. So, yeah, who knows? You just never know. Are you bored, Viglione? So I can't see it on here, but I can see it. Oh, there it is. Oh. Hi, Linda and Michelle, if you're watching still. I just saw that pop up. All right, I got my cornucopia. You can also just use wire if that's all that you have. I probably should use that. So now what you're going to do is, let's start with the base. I have no idea where these came from. All right, so these come in different sizes. You can use the, I think it's probably like a 2 or 3 inch size, or I just had these around, so I'm going to use these. Or again, you can just use plain wire that is a sturdy wire. And what we're going to do is take our tissue or your cello, and which is that clear paper that you get to wrap baskets in, but it comes in different colors. So you can use that also as your filler. And you kind of just pinch it and then wrap the wire around. Okay. Probably should have, actually, I'm going to cut this down a little. And you're going to stick it on the base, and it's going to rest on the bottom of the container. And you're going to kind of decide how big you want it to be, like how big you want this part to be. And I'm going to say, all right, let's take another one. I'm going to take another yellow, kind of do the same thing. If you have floral tape, you can just take this and wrap the floral tape around, which I probably should do that too, but I don't have it next to me. And I don't want to make you guys sit around here and wait. So I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. Or you could do it that way, just like I just did. Just kind of wrap it around that way. So I'm going to get my length and I'm going to get my height. And you don't want it to come, well, I guess you could. Depending on how much material you'll have, you don't want it to be too big. So, you kind of think, if I'm going to use something this big, you want to know kind of where you're going to place it. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use maybe that candy, that acorn. But I think I'm just going to use mostly candy on this one. All right, so I'm going to place my top piece and my side piece. And then I'm going to get some more yellow. Leave plenty of room. Why, you're going to want to bring this to your aunt's house? So the way if you want to just do it this way, you can do it this way too. You don't have to worry too much because, it's just your filler. So you want to go ahead and put it in so it's kind of the same, comes out the same size, what am I trying to say? Distance all around the sides and the top. So let's see. So we'll do this with the yellow, and then we're going to do it with the red. And if you're going to put in your pieces, you might want to figure out kind of where you want them. And with something like this, if it doesn't have a hole, you're going to have to kind of make a hole. So you can just stick the pointy side in and then add a little bit of glue. And then you could stick one of these in. We'll let it set up for a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take my red. So it's kind of like you're pushing down in the middle and just kind of poofing it up. So again, if you don't have these kind of picks, you can still do it on here, and I'll show you in a minute. Mostly we're going to use those for the candy, but so if you make it bigger, you have to remember that you're going to have to put more into it. So if it's your first time doing something like this, you might want to not scare yourself and make it too big. You can still put plenty of candy in it. I'm going to have to put my iPad in front of me because you guys, I see that you're chatting, but I can't really see. Corner. And let's put 1 or 2 up here. So I'm going to be coming on also live to show you some fun things to do with some mugs. I think we have some mugs going on sale. Shh, don't tell anybody. Real soon, and on with Mary and Martha, and I'm going to show you some cues to do with that. And we can also do a candy arrangement in that too. All right, but let's get this full. I do enjoy working at the flower shop for the holidays. It's just a lot. It's really hard. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but it's a lot of standing and a lot of, a lot of hours. But I do love it, and I do miss it when I'm not there. I usually start in November, but we'll see. All right. So I'm starting with this. I'm going to take, now you don't have to use the tissue. You can just use the whole foliage or flowers if you have them. But this is what I had around, so this is what I wanted to show you with. So I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut a few of these guys. And especially like if you go and you want to do it for Christmas, now's the time to go to the Dollar Tree or whatever to grab them. All right. Again, I'm going to put this kind of underneath that first tissue paper I have, and I'm going to put it out a little bit further because I want this to go a little bit further. You can also cut up your stems to make them smaller, and we're just going to follow the same pattern, but we're going to allow the leaves to go a little bit further out, and we're just going to start filling in, always letting the tissue kind of be our base, and trying to keep within these boundaries. You can glue these in if you want. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just gonna put them in. So if you could see here, see how it's kind of within the same boundaries. There's a couple sticking out, but it's kind of staying within this little boundary. All right. Let me see, I'm gonna add this. It fills up pretty quick too. So here I have 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna add a 4th one here, kind of to balance that out. I do have my corn if I wanted to add that. You could just wire that up and add that in. I'm not sure that I will. We'll see. And then if you can't find foliage, you can always take these and then just glue them on to a skewer. All right. So obviously we don't need, now these are regular barbecue type skewers. And actually I wish I had my thinner ones because these are really the good ones, but you don't normally need them that big. So I usually cut them in half. Sometimes it's easier to use the side that is pointed. And then I'm going to grab some candy. And you could do it with any of the fun size candy. Apparently, we got a couple Twix. The kids ate most of the good candy that they like. So we have some, I don't even know, fangs. Anyway, all right. So you can hot glue it or you can tape it. I usually prefer to tape it, but I'm going to hot glue it to show you. The only thing is you want to make sure that your candy labels are all going the same way too. You don't want them to be all different ways. I guess you could, but it just won't look as good. So I'm going to go ahead and now the hot glue, mine's a low temp glue gun and it shouldn't bother the candy at all. And you'll just glue it on. You can add a little extra glue in there if you want. I'm going to let that sit for a second. Or you could just I like to use transparent tape or packing tape, either one. And you do want to kind of go about halfway up. And then I would do it this way because I don't really want the tape to show on that side. Maybe you could do it where it's a little halfway up. And then you just go for it. You want to kind of hold it by the skewer because you don't want to squish the candy while you're putting it in. Unless it's a harder candy. I made this really long. I don't need it that long. There we go. And we start it. So then you just go around. Here's my extra ones. I could use these guys. Let me put him in. I'll put him in by the top. It's really that easy. And we'll put a little bow on it too. So you'll go around and you'll just poke them in there. And there is a difference between transparent, which is it's kind of like the cloudy tape, and then this is, the invisible, which is the cloudy, and then the transparent, which is the clear. And that's what you want. And then we can keep going and then add a bow. So wouldn't you think that this would be so cute on your table, or if you bring it as a guest to somebody's house? Make a quick little bow here. You can add a bow in to kind of just fill it a little. Thanks, Tammy. Oop. Okay. So the smaller picks are a lot better because you don't have to cut them down. But all right. So before you actually get too much further, you do want to make sure you put any of your fruit or anything like that you're going to use, and then a bow, because you want to place it around. Yeah, let's see if I can hold it this way. And then you do want to turn it so that you'll see, like here I have some open space that I should probably put some candy. Because when you're designing towards you, you don't see that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, I think I want more of the foliage. And then back here, because you want to fill in that spot. And I'll take a couple pictures so you can see it done. So you just kind of want to move it around. But as you see, like it's not really, I don't know if I can kind of show you. I mean, it's a nice big cornucopia, I have to say. I haven't. So you can really make a nice centerpiece with just a little bit. What you doing, Ozzy? That easy. Halfway up, put some tape, and then just place it in. Remembering to kind of keep it all within the same boundary here that you started with. I'll have to bring this to Nicole. I've passed the torch this year, and I would ask my daughter, my oldest daughter, to do Thanksgiving. So I'll have to bring this to her house and let them snack away on it. I am going to grab a couple Starbursts. Okay, seriously. All right, so if you wanted to add a couple of the smaller ones, it just doesn't take up as much room. I'll show you that real quick. Oh. You can also cut this into thirds. Starburst. You guys get the idea, right? Let's do a little one. They just don't take up as much room. So maybe lift the paper a little bit. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of supplies to do it, and it's stuff that you can get at the dollar store or whatever it is, $1.25 store. I think the key is making sure that you don't squish your tissue and making sure that you're filling in all your spots. And again, you can add minis, you can add M&Ms, you can do whatever you add, whatever it is that type of candy. I used to sell these. I used to own a gift basket business and I sold candy arrangements, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. If you're bringing it as a hostess gift, you might want to think about, maybe ask your hostess what kind of candy they like. Or if you want to just make one without the candy, you can do that too. So you have to be careful because it can slip. So you want to make sure that you're pressing down on the candy, on the tape on the candy. All right. So you guys get the idea. And I will take a photo of it so you can see, but they're kind of hard to see that way. There we go. There's the cornucopia. It's full, chock full of candy. Reversed. Checking to make sure there's no holes. Well, there's a couple back here. I'll fill that. And I'll take a picture and post it in here. But so that's my craft for you guys for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I forgot I moved this. Okay, I think I'm done. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in a little while to do devotion. Where's my mousey? There he is. Okay, take care.